Inside Meta Ad Advantage Plus shopping campaigns, there's this setting in there that you can define your existing customers, and you can also define engaged audiences. But I think that there's a lot of confusion about what they actually are, how they work, and how you might best use those. And so in this podcast episode, what I want to do is I want to dive into exactly that and show you how we use them in a pretty practical way and what people think they are when they really aren't. So we've been fans of Advantage Plus shopping campaigns in general for a pretty long time. Now I will say my fandom sank pretty low around March of this year, and then it recently in the last 2 months has come 3 months has come back because they've fixed a lot of things that kind of went wrong earlier this year. And the reason we're huge fans of Advantage Plus shopping campaigns is the simplicity. It's very consolidated. It's super scalable, and it's really simple. It's where you're basically allowing Meta control over, who it targets. There's no ad set level. It's just campaign and then an ad level, which is really great because that's super simple. We don't have to worry about audiences. We give a lot of data to Meta, and we can also give a ton of creative. We can put 10, 15, 20 ads within this to give a lot of longevity. And what's great about it is that it also allows you to do prospecting and retargeting in a single campaign. So the budget is really targeted. Because in the past, here's what we would do. We would usually have a top of funnel or a cold prospecting based campaigns. And then we would have a separate campaigns or ad sets for retargeting for middle of funnel or bottom of funnel. And the great thing about ASC or Advantage Plus shopping campaigns is that they just consolidate everything, and you can do prospecting, and then you can allocate a percentage of your budget to do some retargeting. So that's where these types of audiences come into play. And so inside this campaign structure, the campaign level, you can define existing customers and engaged audiences. And then the great thing about doing this is by doing this, you can then do a breakdown inside of Meta by audience segment. And then it's gonna break everything down, and it's gonna show you, hey, we were able to spend, you spend this much, and these are the purchases, and this was the cost per purchase by audience. So we could see an engaged audience, existing audience, and new audience, like breakdowns of what the CPA is or the ROAS is by audience segment. So this is really, really cool because it gives you a bigger picture of everything. If you only looked at the top number, you wouldn't know what is new, who is engaged, who are existing customers. But by doing this, you have this breakdown. And so with these two different types, I want to break down hey, what they are, and then how they actually work. So the first thing I want to cover is how existing customers works and how you can actually do retargeting inside of Advantage Plus shopping campaigns. So inside an ASC or an Advantage Plus shopping campaign, you can set underneath the budget, there's a little checkbox that says existing customer budget cap. And Facebook says that there's a little definition there, and I'm gonna read this off. It says, set a maximum budget percentage to spend on your existing customers. We'll likely spend less than the percentage you've set, but we'll aim to spend no more. And so this is where you get to choose a percentage of the daily budget that you want to go toward your existing customers that you define. And you can define existing customers, by the way, by pixel-based events or your list. So you could say, hey, everybody who has visited my website or purchased from me or my email list or my customer list. Like you could allocate a percentage to go to retargeting the defined customers. And so even though it is for existing customers, how we actually do this is we generally will allocate 5 to 10% of the budget in this little place. We'll check mark it, and then we'll add 5 to 10% of our budget to go back to those defined existing customers. But here's the thing. This is where I recommend that you use this a little differently than Facebook is putting in here. And that is, don't just put your existing customers in there. So when you want to retarget, you could retarget existing customers, but not everybody wants to retarget their existing customers. Maybe you have a product that it doesn't make sense to retarget your existing customers. So my advice is that you actually insert your website visitors in here. So rather than defining your existing customers as just your actual customers and purchasers, we like to take website visitors from the last 180 days and put those people in here so that part of our allocated budget is going back in retargeting those people, because a lot of people don't buy on the first click, or maybe you have customers that don't actually buy multiple times. And so we like to keep the customers in there, but we also like to allocate for website visitors to go back. Let's allocate 5 to 10% of our budget so that all of these maybe 5, 10, 15 ads we have, it starts to shuffle the different ads that they see. And then of course, by doing this, we then are able to break down our ads, and we're able to say, hey, who are new audience and who is that existing customers, even if it's not always customers and we're putting website visitors in there as well. But then after a while, so this is how Meta started. They had this existing customers section, and then they rolled out engaged audiences. And I think that this is where there's a lot of confusion. And so that's kind of why I'm filming this podcast here. So engaged audience, I think they confuse people because by having existing customers, and you get to define it, like what custom audiences you want to define as those existing customers, people take it at face value and say it has to be customers. And so Facebook rolled out engaged audiences, which is kind of similar to your existing customers, except these are people that have just engaged with you, but you get to define them now. So this allows you to basically have these breakdowns in reporting and identify, hey, maybe website visitors are engaged audiences, and then existing customers are like your actual purchasers. And so that's the train of thought that most people go through. But with that, the challenge is that what Meta is not very clearly explaining in a way that people understand is that that percentage of retargeting does not go toward your engaged audiences. So if you select, hey, if you put your website visitors in engaged audiences and you select 5 to 10% of your existing budget cap to go to existing customers, it doesn't go toward the engage. And so the retargeting is actually only happening to the existing customers that are defined. And so if you're running an Advantage Plus shopping campaign, here's the lowdown on what you should do and what we recommend. What we recommend doing is that you put all of the people that you want to retarget and run your ads to inside of existing customers. This is generally website visitors last 180 days. If you have products that people buy over and over again, put them in there, because then it's going to encourage them if you have a replenishable and to bring them back in. And so we recommend that you allocate 5-10% of the budget, and then under existing customers, you put your website visitors in there, you put your email list in there, and then your existing customers and purchasers inside of that. Now, if you don't have customers that usually come back and buy from you again, and you're like, hey, I saw a product, Josh, just like one off, then our recommendation is to actually flip-flop and take your existing customers and put them under engaged, because then you could do breakdowns and you'd be able to see how many people are actually coming back, but you're not allocating your ad spend toward them. So that's our recommendation, is that you use the existing customers area to load in anyone that you want to retarget, and then you allocate 5 to 10% of your budget to go toward those people. And we see this just work really well, and I believe that's why we see such great longevity. We have Advantage Plus shopping campaigns that have been running for over a year, over 6 months. They run a really, really long time. And I believe it's because you have prospecting and you have retargeting all in one. And so that's how we use both existing customers and engaged audiences in an ASC and how we retarget them. For the most part, engaged audiences, by the way, the benefit and why they rolled it out is it's a reporting feature. It's for you to see breakdowns of people that engage with you that ended up buying from you, but it is not where your allocated retargeting ad spend percentage goes. That only goes to existing customers. So the point of this podcast is make sure that you know that even though it says existing customers, that you're putting in basically anyone that you want to retarget in there, so that your percentage is going to all of them and not just putting those engaged audiences in that engaged audience section like your website, because you're not going to be retargeting them. It just gives you a reporting view on them. And that's where I believe there's a lot of confusion on this feature that rolled out. It rolled out months ago, and I've just seen question after question on it. And so hopefully this was some degree of helpful. The big recap: for your existing customers, put anyone in there you want to retarget, and then we recommend that you retarget 5 to 10% of your budget to those people. Now, this was a little bit nerdy. This is a quick little podcast I wanted to film. It's a little bit nerdy. If you kind of like the nerdiness and you're like, hey, I'd like to hear more of little tactics or things you're doing inside of Meta Ads Manager, because we are advertisers to the core and we love talking about that. If you want us to talk more about that and share things just like this, then go ahead and let us know in the comments and give us a thumbs up if you're watching the YouTube video.